Alright, I'm going to go through these answers. The value of the car is approximated by y equals 25, 25, 22, number of years of this decay or growth. Yesterday I gave you some notes about deciding whether something is decay or growth. So I'm going to go to that real quick and highlight it. It was this yellow bit. So the equation for the car is 25. Is it 0.8? Yeah, 0.85 T, right? Yeah. And so that means the model at the top in black, there's a lot up there, I know it's hard to see, it's A times B to the X, okay? A is the initial amount. And B is the rate. So when I see this car, this is the A spot, this means A is 25, and the car says it's in thousands, so the car starts at $25,000. Okay, and these qualifications is A greater than 1, A greater than 0. So A is definitely greater than 1. Okay, so then this is the B value, 0.85. So this, if it's growth, B is greater than 1. If it's decay, B is between 0 and 1. So 0.85 is less than 1. So this means this is a decay function. Because we got a number in there less than 1, that means it's decay. Which you guys know, when you get a car, if it starts at 25,000 after so many years, it's worth less, right? So that's using those notes from yesterday. Okay. Identify the percent change is a place that I know I used to mess up a lot. So the answer to letter A is decay function. It's going down. The answer to letter B percent change. Okay. Okay, so with decay, it takes a little bit extra thought. The value in the rate spot is 0.85, which means 85%. That means every year the car is worth 85% of what it started. So after 1 year, it's 85% of 25,000. After 2 years, 85, 85. The issue is a lot of people think the answer is 85%, but it's not. If 85% is remaining, how much is it changing by? It's actually decreasing 15%. So this is the percent change. It's actually changing by 15%. I used to write 85 and get this wrong. And the way you come up with the 15 is because you're starting with 1. Well, I could think about it as starting as 100%, and I subtract the 85, and that gives me the 15%, which as a decimal is 0.15. But anyway, it's actually decreasing 15% each year if there's a 0.85 in there. later, right? Later in this chapter, we're gonna do what's called a logarithm, and a logarithm will solve for unknown exponents. But right now, we're just gonna guess and check. When does it? So you gotta be good with the calculator here. I just realized I was just talking about stay-at-home moms, but of course there's lots of stay-at-home dads. For all the hardworking partners out there.
Oh, you're the third and the boy goes stay home. That's kind of wild. Not doing that.
I have a really good friend who is
He said,
my really good friend is a corporate accountant. She's like at the top of this accounting firm. And her husband is the manager at Publix, and he takes care of the house.
You better be taking care of the house. Better be nice and clean when I get home.
She works a lot, and he does a really good job. Their yard looks amazing.
Because if he was just sitting in his butt at home all day long, that's
It's really people when there's somebody at home in a family, they are not sitting around. Like there's a lot of work to be done at home. I think it's really good. Whichever spouse. Okay.
Wait, are we going into the next one at the house? She's
All right, so after 1 year, that would be 85% of 25,000. Yes, because the car isn't worth as much. So I got 21.25, but this is because it's in thousands, so I would go 3 places over, and it's 21,250. So if you go to trade in your $25,000 car 1 year later, this would mean it's only worth 21,000 because you use it for a whole year. My car is 23 years old.
hold on, 19, what,
No,
90?
yeah, it's 2001.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah, I was about to be like, kind of.
19. Why your math is so quick?
19.
Yeah, my grandma bought it from someone, and she gave it to my oldest sister, and then she gave it to my younger sister, and then now it's mine.
Oh, so she's right there. No hate. She's loved.
I know the mile, sorry.
Oh yeah, her name's
All right, 2 years, strapped on to 18,000. We're trying to get to 8,000, so I'm gonna jump to 5 years.
Like the inside, not the outside. Like the inside, just like.
Why do you think her chair's jam?
I used to do this.
She wouldn't say something about me not going.
I was gonna go, but.
Sure.
Alright, 5 years later, your car went from 25,000 down to $11,000. We're trying to get to 8. Has anybody got to 8,000 yet? What'd you get, Carson? 7 years? Alright, I'm jumping to 7 years. Alright, $25,000 car goes down 15% each year. In 7 years, it's worth.
Don't know. A lot.
$8,000.
No, my son is 17 years old.
I thought that sounded high, but if you go right now, it's 2024, so you could go get a 2017 for 8,000 would be a really good deal. A 2017 car right now is not worth 8,000. But there aren't any cars right now worth brand new cars. Maybe there are. I don't know.
2007. 2007.
That's it for Bellward. Um, we're gonna go on the notes next instead of checking the assignment. I'll check the assignment when the students come back. If they come back,
If they don't come back.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Dang.
I mean, the next classes if it takes like 30.
I want you juniors in that.
Yeah.
The 4 years that
Wait.
goes where they
Yeah, the next like amount of classes if it takes like 30. So
You guys are gonna go straight there.
I'll give it take a 6.
I'm mad that we're gonna have first math one.
Alright, so here's some notes for word problems. This is about when you read the word problem and you have to write an equation. You do y equals the initial amount, parentheses, if it's increasing or growing, you do 1 plus the rate. If we only looked at a decrease. The car problem was a decrease, so that was 1 minus the rate. That's why I said it was 15. So for increase, you put a plus sign in the parentheses. The amount of time that goes by is an exponent, and for decrease or decay, you put a minus. When you convert your percentage to a decimal, you move it 2 decimal places. So for one person, it's like finding do A, finding a number, and then you find a different number for the exponent. So this is practice exponent.
Why are you laughing? You're up for Monday? How far are we on that?
Alright, so if you're reading a word problem and the word compounded comes up, that's a more complicated word problem. That's a finance application. Did you have enough time or no? I just switched screens.
I've used that before.
So the banks, they got kind of creative and they decided that they would charge us interest instead of just once a year. They would charge us interest at different So if they charge us interest quarterly, that means our 10% interest rate is split up into 4 times a year. So if it's compounded at some number, that changes the equation a little bit. We put a number underneath the rate. So quarterly, I would divide the rate by 4. And that means within the year it happened 4 times, so I would have to multiply the years by 4 as well. So monthly would go, 12 would go in, and right now most credit cards are compounding interest daily, which means it depends what time of the month you check your credit card balance about how much interest they charge you. They can increase it daily now. And the advantage that the banks have over us is that their whole work week, they spend 40 hours a week trying to figure out how to make more money off of us, right? And the reason us consumers are at a disadvantage is because we have other jobs, right? We're spending 40 hours a week doing other things. So they get to spend their time trying to make money off of us, and we have a little defense against that since we're busy doing other things, you know? So it's kind of like it's a defense situation. So if you want to know all the insights about what those banks are doing, you go into finance, and then you know all the tips and tricks, exactly when to buy and sell, exactly what type of loan to get, finance. And then if you decide to start a company or a business because you don't want to go into finance, hopefully it does well. You can hire an accountant or a financial advisor, and then they can keep track of things for you, and they can help you understand what's in your best interest for buying and selling and financing equipment. So for the regular person who doesn't have a financial advisor, who has a full-time job not in finance, they're at a little bit of a disadvantage. They need to spend their own time researching things, figuring out what's going on in the market. And so a lot of it's fine print. It's really hard to kind of keep track of. You go in to buy a house and you sign 100 pages and you don't read them, but you sign them. You try to read them. It's a lot. You should talk to your parents. Did you sign all the documents when you got your mortgage? Because they have to say. All right, here's your assignment. I'm gonna jump right into that with you. You should probably be pretty close to done when you leave here today. I don't think so. No, all these kids are gonna get confused about who to check and who to not. That would be annoying. All right, same section as yesterday, but we're doing 19 to 22, 36, and 39. You guys know about our quiz is coming up. We just had a chapter test.
Let's get it together. Your math class. This is a lot of questions, Miss Baldwin.
Let's do it. 19.
I don't know. I'm wrong for it.
The value of my bike is $200. This is a nice mountain bike. What is it?
Really nice mountain bike.
$200. So a nice mountain bike.
Mommy's a big school.
I think so.
All the kids are coming back.
Just in time for the assignment.
Woo! Wouldn't have been second half, right, guys?
Bro, go away.
Oh,
Where's the stapler?
I'm smacking down.
Why is your stapler on your desk? Have you tried to last the mouse set?
Easy low, I can't.
Did you find out anything new today?
Straight face or closed mouth?
I meant
That's
Let's not let that happen again.
No, not at all. Exactly. The only difference is this year, since like we don't just have one test, we have the PM testing. That's the only. I don't know
What was that?
Wait, what is
There's no PM testing in your 3A classes, is there?
No.
to get pre.
There's no testing for free.
Yeah. It's you're annoying yourself.
Here we
Oh,
go.
you didn't know.
Our assignment just walked in. Page 548. 19 and 22. 36 and 39. This mountain bike is 200 times 0.65 to the T. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you it started at $200. This means every year it's worth 65% of how it started. The B value in this equation is 0.65. 0.65 is less than 1. That means this is a decay. The bike is going down each year. How much is the bike going down each year? 35%.
Wait, how do you figure that out?
You have to do 100 minus the number, like 65.
Oh, that's it? Oh, thank you, Alexis.
You're welcome, buddy. Look, this ball, I learned something new.
You really did. The assignment's on the board up there, and there's a video question that goes with the hour. Alright, when will the bike be $50? We will at some point learn what's called a logarithm that will tell us this quickly. But right now, we're meant to just guess and check. How many years until it's less than 50 and you can just give it to your little brother? I want to give you $50 for this, you can have it.
No.
You can have it, I'm not going to sell it, I have feelings, but you can have it.
I would sell it. $50 is a lot of money.
Less than 40. Doesn't say that. Oh, no, exactly. In 3 years, it's worth.
Think about how you could buy good things from the Dollar Tree right now.
In 3 years, it's worth 54. So let's do 4 years.
It's a lot of time.
And it's 4 years is 435. So I'm gonna say within 4 years. No, 3. Within 3 years.
Oh, you already wrote that.
Yeah, I should. I mean, if you've been earning that back for 3 years, it's not worth $50 anymore. That's my opinion. But I don't know. I guess people take really good care of their mountain bike. How often do people use it? I guess so. I don't know.
I would never use that.
Well, you were asking what you would use.
Well, I'm just, you ask people. I'm
Imagine if you lived in Georgia.
probably like a year ago.
No.
Moving on, number 20. This one's different because it's growth. I haven't done a growth one yet, so let's get into this. This is the population of Peru. I've been to Peru.
I've never been to Peru. You have free all day.
Millions. This is millions. So this means it's 28 million people in Peru.
Oh,
Is it growth or decay?
Growth.
It is growth. Yes, because B is more than 1. It's 1.01. But what is the percent increase? That's what people mess up. You got to take a 1 out of the equation. So it's 1.01, but when we took notes, and we haven't used it yet, but when we took notes, we said that growth looks like this. It's the initial amount, 1 plus the rate, raised to time. Well, this equation is 1 plus 0.01. It's just that you don't see the plus sign. They bash it together so you don't see the plus sign. So this is the percent increase. Well, I have to switch it. I do 0.01. I move the decimal 2 places over. This represents a 1% increase. Not 101. If you're going up by 101, you're more than doubling. This is just going up 1% each year. So with the decay, we did 100 minus to find the decay rate. For the growth rate, we take the one out of it. We don't subtract it.
So would you do the same thing if it was like 2?
I would just take a 1 out of it.
So then it'd be 135. Okay.
So this population increases 1% each year. Now estimate when it gets to 30. It's at 28 right now, so it's probably at 30 within a year, I would think. Oh? Hey, did you learn a lot about the
Not really.
No. That was your first one, right? Your first ever ACE semester.
Nah, I didn't do this.
Oh, you can't even ACE school? Oh my God. Where was it? South. You're from the South. Fort Myers?
Yeah.
The beach South, not the South.
Okay, well.
You're betting 100 with these jokes. Just because you're feeling
I'm not
a little over 3 years.
3 years? 7, yeah, 3 years is only 29,000. Okay. 1%. It takes 7 years for the population to get over it.
Which is probably the place that we're doing by the access.
I guess they just don't want to learn more. Sure. That's nice of you to use your manners.
All right, 21. In 2014, there were 7 billion cell phone carriers in the world. Isn't that like how many people there are?
I think so.
7 billion?
Yeah.
No, there's 8 billion. There's 8 billion. No.
Where are you trillion?
8 billion people. Almost approaching 9.
I'm about to use 8 billion.
Most people have cell phones. So actually, during the next 5 years, the number will increase 3% every year. Is that faster than the population's increasing? How can the cell phone subscribers increase faster than the population?
Because some people might have more than one phone.
More than one phone.
And because kids are growing up and getting phones.
So
Because there's like 6-year-olds getting phones. I changed my name to Zara.
Wow. Way to raise a child. The trust. The trust. That's not what?
about time to go. Great day.
What a beautiful day.
Well, then I hope you have a great rest of your day. Don't tell me that. What? I hope you have a great day. Well, I hope you have a great day better than everyone does.